This is Tessa Keogh, and we had a great Legacy Virtual Users Group hangout yesterday. We discussed our dream genealogy sabbatical year, where we'd go, what we'd research, who we were trying to find, and which ancestors, if we could time travel, we wanted to meet and interview. If you weren't able to join us, the recording is at the Legacy Virtual Users Group community. Check out the topic LVUG Hangouts, and it's also at my YouTube channel, Tessa Watch. And that's where you can find all my videos, including these Tuesday's tips. Now it's time to get back to it. And since today is October 17th, we've reached the halfway mark in our month-long Tuesday's tips to celebrate Family History Month. A good friend told me that after the first week of doing a month-long blog or video project, I'd feel overwhelmed, and she had that right. She also told me that at the halfway mark, I'd get my second wind. I certainly hope so. Thanks to those of you who've posted a comment, shared a suggestion, or told me that one of the topics we covered is new to you and something you'll add to your arsenal of features that you use with Legacy. I appreciate your comments and your reshares with the genealogy and family history community on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. Today, we're focusing on the feature called My Toolbar. Do you know what My Toolbar is? Do you know where to find it? And do you use it? Better yet, if you do use My Toolbar, have you customized it? With the changes from Legacy 7.5 to 8.0, Legacy committed to using the ribbon feature. They went all in, mimicking Windows Office programs, which, by the way, I love because I'm a huge fan of Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, Word, and yes, even Access. It just makes my life easier if I can use the same commands, toolbar layouts, and keyboard shortcuts in the various programs. And using the toolbar is something I've done from the time I started using Legacy, and I'm happy that even with the Legacy ribbon and the various toolbar layouts, we can still use our own, or what is now called, My Toolbar. Let's spend a little time today learning where it is, how it works, and how in version 8.0 you can add your own customization to My Toolbar. But first, a quick look back. In Legacy 7.5, My Toolbar was simply the toolbar, and you could customize it for your own use. The Legacy tabs, which are drop-down features, show up in the toolbar, and the big 6 views show up below. The toolbar in Legacy 7.5 is always open. In Legacy 8.0, the ribbon with all our toolbar choices is at the top of the screen, and the big 6 views are below the open toolbar, in this instance, My Toolbar. As you can see, our choices are no longer drop-down, but they're all located on a ribbon. The toolbar in use is open here, but unless configured to stay open, and that's something you choose to do, it will close after each use. It's basically minimized. If you want, you can configure your toolbar to remain open or be maximized. If we want to understand how My Toolbar works, where would we look? If you don't know that our first stop is the help system, well then you just haven't been paying attention. Clicking on Help and typing the keyword phrase My Toolbar brings up everything you need to know about My Toolbar. But first, let's take another look at the family view in our Legacy database. Here we are back at the Legacy ribbon. As you can see, it's minimized. In the right-hand corner, right after Help on the ribbon, is a heart icon and the word Design, as well as an upside-down triangle and the word About. Clicking on the upside-down arrow brings up your design choices for styles, fonts, and toolbars. You have a few choices for how various parts of your screen look. This is the system style. Note how the Legacy icon and Quick Access Toolbar icons change depending on your choices of design styles, and they're over in that left-hand top corner. By way of example, this is the Office 2010 Black view. Note how the Legacy icon and Quick Access Toolbar icons changed over there on the left-hand side. Why not play around and choose whichever design style works best for you? On the Legacy ribbon bar, you can click on the heart icon to expand the ribbon. And remember that hovering your mouse over any of the icons will bring up a pop-up box that explains what that icon can do. Once you've expanded the My Toolbar, by clicking on the arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, you can customize it. Once clicked, the Customize Toolbar dialog box opens. As you can see, the current contents of My Toolbar are shown, and they're in that green boxed section. Now the available toolbar buttons are also shown, and we have a total of 57. You can move the order of the buttons or icons on My Toolbar to whatever is most intuitive for you. You can add one or more buttons to My Toolbar, and you can remove one or more buttons from My Toolbar. I use these buttons or icons regularly and make use of legacy charting and Map My Family programs quite often, so these buttons are on My Toolbar. I don't use the import-export feature, the media or reports features, or many other genealogy websites like Family Search, Family Link, Genealogy Bank, or My Trees, so they're not on My Toolbar. But if I wanted to see how any of those research websites would work on My Toolbar, I could easily add them and play around. It's a simple drag and drop action to place the button in the desired position on the My Toolbar. Let's try that with Ancestry.com, one of my favorite subscription sites. We're back at my legacy program with My Toolbar open, and by hovering on the button, I can see that Ancestry.com will open in my web browser. But what can I do with this button if I click on it? Well, several things. 5 to be exact. First, I can go to Ancestry's home page. Second, I can upload my family file to Ancestry's online family tree. Third, I can search Ancestry.com for the highlighted individual, in this case Andrew Keogh. He's the one with the blue line. Fourth, I can search the Ancestry message boards, or fifth, I can search the internet. While I'm willing to try 4 of the 5 of these choices, I won't be uploading my legacy database to the Ancestry online family tree. That's just not how I roll. If I click on choice 1, I go to Ancestry's home page. If I click on choice 3, I'm able to search Ancestry.com for the highlighted individual, and as I mentioned, that's Andrew Keogh. If I click on choice 4, I'm able to search the Ancestry message boards. And if I click on choice 5, I'm able to search the internet. And because this is the Ancestry.com button, the Search the Internet selection has been made for me. It's Ancestry. For future reference, or for those of you who are more advanced or adventuresome, that drop-down arrow shows a number of pre-selected websites that Legacy has included for your use when you want to search the internet. Why not play around with that feature? You can even customize your searches, but that's beyond our My Toolbar discussion today. And once I click on the search button in choice 5, I get my search results. Since you're here in the results, remember you can play with the filter sliders, limit the collections that are being searched, and edit your search. And if you didn't notice, this Search the Internet feature opened up in my Ancestry subscription, so I can save to my shoebox or use any of the other features in my Ancestry account. If you use Genealogy Bank, My Trees, Family Search, or Family Link, these are additional buttons on the Customize My Toolbar. But how about adding your own buttons? You can add 2 of your choice to My Toolbar. You have lots of choices. Do you have 2 websites or programs that you'd like to open from My Toolbar? The help system explains the steps for customizing a toolbar button. Let's follow those steps and see how it works. After opening Customize Toolbar from the My Toolbar ribbon, I clicked on one of the custom buttons, which opens the user-defined toolbar button. First, I added the caption, Grand Banks. Second, I added my own graphic, the flag of Newfoundland. Third, I entered NL for Newfoundland, Grand Banks website for the tool tip title. Fourth, I entered Newfoundland Research, Find Those Ancestors, for the tooltip text. Fifth, I entered the URL for the Grand Banks website in the link, and this just directs Legacy where to look for what you want to do. Sixth, I tested the button. My browser opened and brought up the Newfoundland's Grand Banks website. Seventh, I clicked on Save and added the newly available toolbar button to My Toolbar, and voila! There it is. You can see the button, the caption, the title, and the tooltip text. Depending on how large you make your screen, My Toolbar will fit all your buttons across the screen or show the last few buttons in a smaller format. You can leave My Toolbar maximized, and that's available to use all the time, similar to what we had in Legacy 7.5, or minimized for more screen space, available when you want to use it, but otherwise only a click away. So now it's your turn to play with the custom toolbar buttons for My Toolbar. Right-click on one of your custom buttons, which opens up the user-defined tool button. Add a caption. Use the existing button or add your own graphic. Enter the tooltip title for the button. Enter the tooltip text for the button. Enter the program you want to run, perhaps Excel or Word or maybe even Evernote, or the website you'd like to display. You'll need the URL. Test your button and then click on Save. Go ahead and pause the recording and give it a try in your own Legacy program. And here are the instructions if you want to make a quick screen capture. Why not post a comment in our Legacy Virtual Users Group community and let us know whether you've customized those two buttons and added them to My Toolbar. Thanks for joining us each day during the month of October as we celebrate Family History Month by using the letters of the alphabet to learn more about our Legacy software and features. See you back here tomorrow for the letter N.